Hey class, Mr. Rob again, back for another science experiment. Now, do you remember what science is? That's right, science is being curious about what happens in the world around us and how it happens and why it happens. Science is about making observations, that means looking at something with our eyes, and we ask and try to find the answers to the questions as to why those things happen. Today, we're going to learn about inertia. Inertia is whenever an object is moving and it doesn't want to change the way it's moving. So, for example, you know how sometimes whenever you're taking a nap at school and you don't want to wake up, but what we had to move you around, do some pancakes with you to get you up. That's kind of how inertia works. So whenever an object is moving, it resists moving a different way until we force it to go that way. So let me demonstrate with an example. So whenever a car is moving or driving along, it's going fast, but in order to make a turn, it has to slow down and slowly make that turn. So let's see what happens whenever it doesn't slow down. This is where inertia comes into play. So let's say we're going fast, and then we want to make a turn, but we don't slow down. If we make that turn without slowing down, our car will slide sideways like this, and then the weight and inertia, which wants it to keep going this way, will make the car flip over. Something like this. That's what inertia is. Inertia is why we have to slow down whenever we want to make a turn. Because if we go too fast, we'll just flip. So that's how inertia works with objects that are going from side to side, like the car. But it also happens with gravity. Gravity pushes things down. If you remember, gravity is the universal force that is keeping us on the earth right now. For example, that's why the car would be straight on the road instead of floating around and flying around everywhere. But it also works, like I said, with gravity, because gravity pushes it down. So let's test this out with the science experiment. This science experiment is called the egg drop in cup experiment. All right? And you guys can do it along at home with your parents. All right? So all you're gonna need all that we need is an empty toilet paper roll or paper towel roll, or as my little brother calls it, a doo-doo-doo roll. Doo-doo-doo. All right? One egg, a tray or a lid, something flat like this, and a cup. I'm using this Avengers cup. Pretty cool, huh? And make sure the cup is big enough for the egg to fit inside. So let's pretend the green tray is the road. Gravity is pushing down on the car so it stays on the road. That is why it's not floating or flying around. But what happens if we remove the floor and we leave an empty space beneath it? Like this. Well, gravity is still working and is pushing it down. So the car will fall straight down. All right, class. So now we're going to try the experiment out. So let's set it up. So we have our cup, our toilet paper tube, our egg, and the tray. All right, so I went ahead and I put water in the cup, and I'm going to add a little bit of food coloring for a little extra, a little flavor to the water, Why not? I put 2 drops. I'm gonna gently mix it around. See? Now the water is yellow. Okay. And then from here, we put our tray on top of the cup, just like this. And then we put the toilet paper roll right there. And finally, we put our egg on top. Now, the reason we have the toilet paper roll there is so the egg will actually fall straight down whenever we push the plate out. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to push the tray sideways really fast, and then once we move the tray, gravity, remember gravity, will push down on the egg and make it fall down straight into the cup. All right, and it's important, whenever you have your egg on top of the doo-doo, the little tube, you want to have it sideways. You don't want to actually have the egg go inside the tube. If you have it like this, right side up, then the egg is actually going to fit in the tube and it won't work. So make sure you have it sideways on its side, so where the egg doesn't just stay on top of the tube. So the egg doesn't fall into the tube. All right, so then we're going to push the tray out from underneath the egg, and gravity is going to push the egg down into the cup. All right, so it's important that we have our toilet paper roll right here. If we didn't have it, and we just had the egg in the tray, whenever we hit this, it would just send the tray and the egg flying sideways, and then we make a mess. So that's why it's important to have the toilet paper roll. All right, guys. So now I'm going to do the experiment, all right? It's gonna happen really fast, and I'll do it a couple times so you can see, all right? So pay close attention, all right? Remember what I said, we're going to hit the tray out from underneath the egg, and then gravity will do its work naturally and put it into the water, all right? So here it goes. 3, 2, 1. Whoa, look at that. The egg is in the water. Pretty cool, huh? Let's try it a couple more times so you can see what happened. So let's do it again, this time a little bit closer so you can see what happened. And it's important to have water in the cup, because if you don't have water in the cup, whenever the egg falls in there, it's just going to go splat and it's going to break. So the water is kind of like a pillow. The water catches the egg and it gently floats to the bottom. All right, so one more time, all right? We're going to smack the tray, and whenever you smack the tray, make sure you send it straight out. You don't want to hit it like this. So with the tray, you don't want to hit it down on the sides and make it fling up. You want to hit it nice and straight on the sides. Just like that, all right? So let's try it one more time. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. All right. Science rules, right? Pretty cool, huh? So go ahead and get your supplies and try it out. So class, let's talk about the experiment a little bit. Remember how we had the car here? Remember how we talked about the car and the green tray being the road? That's the ground. But if we move the ground from underneath the car, it would fall in too. So that's exactly what happened with the egg. We moved the ground from underneath the egg, and then gravity pushed down on the egg, and it made the egg fall into the cup with a nice big splash. Well, class, that concludes our science experiment. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something new. Go ahead and try it out on your own. Bye.